Hey guys, welcome to the Chapter 7 recap, Health Policy Provisions, Clauses, and Riders. Guys, we're going to go ahead and dive into this. It's a lot of information, but hopefully a lot of this should overlap regarding the policy provisions that we currently went over in the other recaps for life insurance. But the mandatory provisions, number one, entire contract. You obviously have to receive the entire policy. That includes the riders and the amendments and the copy of the application. So you get that, the insured gets that, and the insurer gets that as well. So grace period, time period after the premium is due, which the policy will not lapse. Again, guys, that overlaps with the life insurance aspect. Typically, that grace period is going to be 30 days. So 30 days is going to be the time period after the premium is due during which the policy will not lapse. Reinstatement, same thing from the life insurance aspect. A policy can be restored within a specified period of time with no proof of insurability, with proof of insurability. So, make sure you get it within that specific time period so that you can reinstate that policy. Again, a policy can be restored within a specified time period with proof of insurability. Forgive my error earlier. Change of beneficiary. Revocable can be changed at any time. Irrevocable can only be changed with the beneficiary's consent. This one's different. Notice of claim. Insured must provide insurer with reasonable notice after loss. Notice is required within 20 days of loss or as soon as possible. So if you have a health insurance policy and you need to make a claim on it, make sure you get it within 20 days of your loss or as soon as possible. Claim form. Company must supply insured with claim forms within a specific period. Proof of loss, claimant must submit proof of loss within 90 days of loss. Time period of payment of claims specifies that claims must be paid upon written proof of loss. Payment of claims specifies to whom claims payments will be made. Physical examination and autopsy gives the insurer the right to examine the insured as often as necessary while a claim is pending. So that one's a pretty big one. Physical examination and autopsy. It gives the insurer the right to examine the insured as often as necessary while a claim is pending. Time limit on certain defenses. Again, this is kind of the incontestability aspect from the life insurance policy, where misstatements on an application cannot be used to deny a claim after the policy has been enforced for 2 years. So in contestability, you have 2 years for misstatements on the application, and it works the same way with health insurance, but they just kind of call it the time limit on certain defenses. So really think about the incontestability aspect of the life insurance. You have 2 years, to where they can't deny a claim due to misstatements or misrepresentation on an application. Legal action. Insured must wait 60 days after written proof of loss before bringing legal action against the company, meaning, that's why they have, the proof of loss, the time payment of claims. They have all these things set aside so the insurers pay accordingly. But you have to wait 60 days before you sue an insurance company saying that, hey, they didn't pay. This was, all legally done through the contract. It's a qualified, health insurance expense or whatever it may be. You have 60 days after written proof of loss before bringing legal action to the company. Misstatement of age. Again, similar to the life insurance situation, guys, benefits are going to be adjusted accordingly to what the premium paid would have purchased at the correct age. So whatever that premium would have got, if there's a mess up on the age, they're just going to take whatever premium you paid and give you the benefits accordingly based off that age. Change of occupation allows insured to adjust benefits if the insured changes occupations. So if you change jobs, maybe it's a little bit more high risk, maybe it's a little bit less risk, but based off of the risk of your new occupation, the insurer is going to hold the right to adjust the benefits accordingly. Illegal occupation. Liability will be denied if the insured is injured while committing on an illegal act or is engaged in an illegal occupation. Obviously, guys, if you're doing something illegal and you try to file disability or health insurance because you got hurt doing that illegal activity, the insurance company's not going to pay that. So a lot of this stuff for the mandatory provisions is going to overlap with the life insurance. And if it doesn't overlap with the life insurance concepts, It's kind of self-explanatory in the definition. Make sure you guys read through it, all that good stuff. Other provisions and clauses. Again, insuring clause. This is the basic agreement between the insurer and the policy owner. That just says, hey, you're insured. Free look. Again, policy can be returned for a refund of premium within a specific and specified time frame. Consideration. The parties are exchanging, something of value. We're giving premiums, they're giving benefit, whether it's health insurance, life insurance, whatever it may be, they're providing coverage in that aspect. Probationary period. A period of time must lapse for coverage for specified conditions go into effect. So probation, just know that it's a time period. A period of time must lapse before coverage for specific conditions go into effect. That's kind of similar to the elimination period. Usually in disability income policies, a period of days that must pass after the onset illness or occurrence of an accident before benefits will be payable. That is the elimination period. Waiver of premium. In the event of permanent and total disability, premiums will be waived for the duration of the disability. So if you're disabled, permanent or totally disabled, they're going to waive your premium. Obviously, you're not able to make money to make your premium, so typically they'll waive your premium. Pre-existing conditions specifies that coverage does not apply to prior conditions. If you already, have cancer, they're not going to insure you for cancer. They're like, okay, well, you already have it, or you're already injured, or you already have a heart condition. They're not going to insure you for pre-existing conditions. Recurrent disability specifies a period of time that must lapse between two illnesses in order for a new set of benefits to be available for the second illness. We kind of touched on that in the other chapter recap previously for health insurance and disability. Deductible is a specified dollar amount the insurer pays before the insurance company will pay for the policy benefits. Obviously, if you have a high deductible, you're going to come out, a good amount of cash out of pocket before the insurance starts to take over for the rest of the payments. Co-insurance provides for the sharing of expenses between the insured and the insurance company, expressed as a percentage after the insured pays the policy deductible. So copay, you already paid your deductible. That's when you get some co-insurance. After you pay your deductible, that's when you get co-insurance, with where you share the expenses with the insurance company. Co-payment. This establishes the sharing of expenses between the insured and the insurance company, expressed in a dollar amount the insured pays for each medical service. Co-insurance is more of a percentage. Co-payment is going to be more of a fixed dollar amount in sharing expenses with the insurance company after you pay your deductible. Eligible expenses specifies medical expenses covered by a health insurance plan. Obviously, they're going to say, hey, these are the expenses that are eligible for insurance through your plan. They're going to have a very long and detailed list of what they're able and willing and eligible to pay for those expenses. Pre-authorization or prior approval, medical procedures, tests, or hospital stays for which the insured needs to get approval from the insurer. So let's just say your MIB report comes back and you need to do some additional tests. To get that prior authorization or prior approval, you're going to have to go through medical procedures, tests, or hospital stays just to get the approval from the insurer. Usual, reasonable, customary charges specifies what amount the insurance company will pay for a given procedure. Lifetime annual per cause maximum benefit limits specifies the largest amount of benefit a policy will pay per lifetime, per year, per cause. So, that's when they're going to really limit on the maximum amount of insurance that they'll pay for specific, people, years, lifetime, and causes. Exclusions. This overlaps with the life insurance aspect as well. Specifies causes of a loss for which the insurer will not pay. This includes losses resulting from war, military duty, self-inflicted injuries. This is where it gets different than life insurances. Dental expense, cosmetic medical expenses, eye refraction, or care in government facilities. So just know that most of the exclusions are self-induced, military, maybe some dental expenses, cosmetic aspects, stuff that's not really necessary as far as really necessary medical expenses, eye refractions, and then care in government facilities. Riders. The impairment rider eliminates coverage for a specifically defined pre-existing condition such as back injuries, may be temporary or may become permanent part of the policy. Guys, they're just really going to try to make sure that they don't pay for any kind of pre-existing condition. And obviously that might be temporary, might be permanent. Really important to look at the impairment rider on your policy. Guaranteed insurability rider allows the insured to purchase additional amounts of coverage without evidence of insurability. Premium premium for additional amount is based on insured's attained age at the time the option is exercised. So guaranteed insurability rider very much overlaps with the life insurance aspect as well. Just being able to provide additional amounts of coverage without proof and evidence of that insurability. Rights of renewability. Non-cancelable. Insurer cannot cancel or raise premiums based on the stated amount in the policy. So the insurer, the insurance company can't just cancel it for any reason. They can't cancel it or raise premiums on you beyond the stated amount in the policy. Whatever the policy says that premium is, that's what it's going to be. So they can't cancel it on their end. Cancelable. The insurer may cancel the policy at any time at the end of the policy period with proper written notice or a refund of any unearned premium paid. So very important to understand if you have a non-cancelable policy or if you have a cancelable health insurance policy. Guaranteed renewable. Insurer can increase the policy premium on a class basis only on the policy anniversary date. Insured has the unilateral right to renew the policy for the life of the contract. So the insured might increase the premium based on your age on the policy anniversary date, but the insured has the unilateral right, their single unilateral right to renew the policy for the life of the contract. So even though they might raise it, you get the guaranteed renewable aspect where you can continue to renew it. Guys, this is going to wrap up the health policy provisions, clauses, and riders. Obviously, a lot of the policy provisions and a lot of the riders typically are going to overlap with the life insurance, where you really want to look into what is different. It's kind of this impairment rider. That's going to be a little bit different for health insurance, the cancelable or non-cancelable aspects of renewability, and co-insurance, co-payments, deductibles, recurrent disability, pre-authorization for approval, and the different kinds of exclusions and whatnot. And obviously the lifetime annual per cause maximum benefits is something that you'll want to know. But other than that, most of it should overlap quite a bit with something that you've already learned, whether it's the life insurance portion or the chapter previous in chapter recap number 6, where we kind of talk about the different types of health insurance policies. A lot of this stuff and a lot of this information should start to overlap and give you a lot of confidence whenever you do take that test. It's like, hey, I've seen this 100 times before. I've taken all the chapter quizzes, and I have a really good understanding for different types of policy provisions, clauses, and riders. Hopefully this chapter 7 recap helped you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next chapter recap.